What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Rand, and I hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you who are new, welcome, and for those of you who have been rocking with me for some time now, a massive thank you to you. But apologies in advance for not uploading on Sunday. I've been so busy with my corporate 9 to 5 and just everything else that goes on with my life. I haven't just got one job. My main job is my corporate 9 to 5, but yeah, I've just been super busy, up to my neck and stuff to do. Before we get into this video, please do make sure you have subscribed to my YouTube channel. You've hit that bell icon for future notifications, so you're never gonna miss a video that I upload in the future. In addition to that, I'd really appreciate if you could also support me on social media. Follow my Instagram car page, S3Ranj. My other pages, my personal page, Ranj Zahota. Got TikTok, Ranj Zahota. All of these obviously is showing on the screen right now, and they're also in the description box below. So let's get straight into it. Today's video is going to be in relation to the big brake kit update. So for those of you who follow me on my car page, S3Ranj, I did upload a little bit of like a preview, a few videos explaining it didn't work out. The big brake kit that I initially had planned out just didn't work. It was a bit of a fail. Not all of it was, but the main kind of component was a fail. So in this video, I'm going to be explaining why did I want to do a big brake kit, why the big brake kit that I had planned out didn't work, and what I'm going to be doing going forward now, and what kind of lessons I've learned from this, really. So firstly, why did I want to go for a big brake kit? Why did I want to do this in the first place? So for those of you who don't know, I'm currently building my Audi S3. It's currently kind of like a stock OEM car. I have done a few bits to it, but I would still consider it stock OEM. I'm planning on going to a full Stage 2 Plus with my Audi S3 8V, so on stock turbos, obviously upgrading the intercooler, and a few of the components needed to go Stage 2 Plus. I thought, if I'm going to have extra power, I need extra stopping power as well, because even though my brakes are good, and a lot of people rave on about how good the S3 brakes are, how good the Golf R brakes are. So the current brake setup on the Golf R and Audi S3 is a 340mm disc with 30mm thickness. And it's got a single piston caliper, and I don't know about the pads, they're just standard. Right now it's got standard S3 pads that it came from the factory with, and they're decent, you know, they're decent. They're not absolutely amazing, but they're decent. I've not really run into any issues with them as of yet, but I thought actually with the single piston calipers, they're just going to fade. If I get aftermarket pads and put them onto the single piston caliper, they're just going to fade away those calipers faster than like a multi-piston caliper would, like a 4-piston caliper. So that's why I wanted to upgrade them, just because I wanted that stopping power. I wanted upgraded stopping power for upgraded power that I'm actually going to get from the Stage 2 Plus. You know, it seems logical. And I also, I suppose, one of the other reasons was for the aesthetics of the car. Obviously a bigger, larger caliper, it just looks a lot better in my eyes. And the one I got just looked absolutely amazing. So they're the two main reasons as to why I wanted to do a BBK, and I didn't want to spend loads and loads of money on a big brake kit, so I was trying to be as efficient as possible. There were some things I couldn't cut cost on, and there were some things that I tried to cut cost on, and some things clearly that I thought I could cut cost on but didn't work out. So what does my big brake kit consist of? So let's start with the disc option that I went with. So I went with a 340mm diameter by 30mm thickness Club Sport S drilled disc. It is a 2-piece disc technically, but it's not a proper floating 2-piece disc that you'll find the AP racing doing stuff like that, but it technically is a 2-piece disc. So this is like a direct bolt-on for the Audi S3 8V model, in addition to like the Golf R Mark 7 and 7.5. You actually find this disc on the Club Sport S, that's why it's called Club Sport S disc, and you also find it on the new Golf R Mark 8. So the Club Sport S disc is really good. A lot of people who go for like the upgraded disc options do tend to go for the Club Sport S disc, especially those who've got like the 7, 7.5 and the Audi S3 8V, and that's kind of why I went for it as well. There's, you know, a lot of people recommended it. A good looking disc, 2-piece, drilled, and it weighs a little bit less than the actual standard OEM disc that you'll find on the Audi S3 8V and the Golf Mark 7 and 7.5R. So in addition to the upgraded discs I got these upgraded steel braided lines from Hell. In red, really nice. Thought it'd go really well with the yellow. Full 4 line kit from VAG Brem Technic. They actually produce the lines in-house on behalf of Hell, which is pretty cool. Don't know if any of you knew that. Another thing that's missing right now is the upgraded brake fluid from Racing Line. That's just not arrived yet. But you know, the real issue here isn't the disc. It's not the Hell steel braided lines. The main issue here is the caliper. Now the reason why this caliper is an issue is just because it won't fit my Audi S3 8V for various reasons. Now, a lot of you are probably asking yourself, why did you say it was a TTS caliper, and why did you figure it out so late on that it wasn't a TTS caliper and it wouldn't fit your Audi S3 8V. Well, I always knew from the beginning that it wasn't a TTS caliper, but I never knew that it wouldn't fit my Audi S3 8V. So this caliper is from an Audi A4 B9, so the MLB platform, whereas my car is an MQB platform. But the thing is, and that's probably one of the and that is definitely one of the reasons as to why I thought this caliper would still fit my S3 8V. The MLB platform and the MQB platform, even though they are entirely, different platforms, they do actually share some parts, and some parts are compatible with each other. I think it'll make sense if I explain why I thought this caliper would fit my Audi S3 8V. The first one is they are literally the exact same. So this A4 B9 caliper has the exact same design as a TTS caliper. The way the pistons are configured, the way they're situated within the caliper, the way the pads sit in and fit with the pistons, all of those things just made me think actually it's the same caliper. They run the same disc size, so the A4 B9 runs a 338 by 30, and I think the TTS runs a 340 or 338 by 32. So only like 1 or 2 mil difference, which I'm pretty sure a bracket could fix. However, this is a fixed caliper essentially, so the knuckle brackets are already kind of built in, but I'll touch on to that into a second. So yeah, the design of the calipers are the exact same, and in addition to that, they're both made by the same brand, ATS or ATE. So this is not a Brembo caliper. So on the TTS 4-piston caliper is not made by Brembo. It is made by ATS or ATE. It's an Italian brand, as are the pads. The pads are also from the same company. So yeah, the overall design of the caliper was the exact same, and that's kind of why I thought, and from what I kind of researched, I thought actually this is going to fit, perfectly. It's going to fit direct bolt onto a 340mm disc. I shouldn't have an issue. And then I think it was just a couple of days before I was going to fit them, I did my final bits of research, which is stupid, but I read that a guy with an MQB platform Golf GTI Mark 7 non-performance pack had fitted these calipers to his car, and I thought, oh my god, brilliant, they're definitely going to fit my car. He got upgraded 26-inch custom lines, steel braided, but the issue is, on a non-performance pack, they come with 312mm discs at the front, and he just upgraded his to 320mm discs, and that's the reason why he could get the calipers to fit on his GTI Mark 7 non-performance pack. These calipers will not fit a MQB platform car on a 340mm by 30mm thickness disc, just because the offset of an Audi A4 rotor is totally different. You could get a custom bracket made, so I could actually get a custom bracket made actually to get these to fit to my Audi S3 8V onto those Club Sport S discs. But because they're a fixed caliper, like I briefly mentioned earlier, I'd have to somehow cut the kind of knuckle caliper brackets off, and I feel like that's going to be too much of a headache to do, and it's a very intricate thing to do because, like I said, you'd have to be so careful, and I think it's just going to cost me more money, and it's going to be a bigger headache, and it's just not worth it. I bought these calipers, the complete caliper, so the anti-rattle shim kit, I think that's what it's called, the pads, the wear sensor, everything for £250 brand new. I'll show you what they look like before they got painted yellow, but yeah, I got them brand new, so I'll definitely think I'll make my money back on them. So somebody within the A4 B9 or even the B8.5 or B8, A5 B8 or B8.5 B9 kind of scene will probably get these calipers because it'll be a direct bolt on for their car, because it is an MLB chassis platform car, but obviously they're not a direct bolt on for the MQB platform car. So like I said, it is possible for these to fit onto a 340mm rotor on an MQB platform car, but I'd have to get a custom bracket, but it's too much of a headache, and I think it's going to be too much of an intricate job to do, so therefore it's going to cost a lot of money in my eyes. The reason why this won't fit onto an MQB platform car on a 340mm disc is because the A4 has a different spacing from the mounting point of the caliper to the top edge of the rotor. And that's why that guy who fit his to his GTI, he used a 320mm disc, which aligned with the mounting point of the caliper to the top edge of his rotor. And plus, it was an upgrade for him because he was already running 312mm discs. For him upgrading to 320 was an upgrade, whereas me, in order for me to fit these calipers, I'd actually have to downgrade the disc size to 320 from 340, and I don't want to downgrade anything, especially when the whole point of this is to kind of do a big upgrade, not to downgrade anything. So I'll put some images of the Audi TTS 8S caliper, and again, hopefully you'll be able to see the similarities between these calipers, but you know, they're not, unfortunately. They are two different calipers. It's an interesting thing, really, because I think it's really easy to make this kind of mistake, and you know, it's a bit of a shitty situation that I've got myself into, but it is what it is. I'm confident that I'll get the money back that I've invested into the calipers. Maybe not the paint money, but that only cost me 50 quid. They are painted in a Ferrari GLO yellow, so yeah, I love the colour. Ferrari GLO yellow, absolutely amazing colour. But yeah, an easy mistake to make, really, and the reason I say that is because of this. Look, you know, the actual setup that I want to get is an Audi TT RS 8J or RS3 8P Brembo caliper. A really versatile caliper, meaning that it'll fit onto a 340mm disc and a 345mm disc as well, with the right brackets that you can probably get from Vagbrem Technic again. If I get those calipers, I'll probably get the brackets from them guys. But and there's loads of aftermarket pad options available, whereas for the TTS 8S caliper and this caliper, it's, like I said, even the pad options are the exact same for both of these calipers, but which are very limited. I think aftermarket pads that you'll get for this 4-piston caliper are so limited, and to change the pads you actually have to actually remove the full caliper, which is again super annoying. So I'm kind of glad maybe it all worked out in my favour. So yeah, that's the way I'm going to think about it anyway. But like I was saying, the TTS RS 8J and RS3 8P 4-piston caliper made by Brembo, that caliper is also found on the Aston Martin DB9, and you actually can get the Aston Martin DB9 caliper to fit an MQB platform car on a 340mm disc, but Vagbrem Technic or another kind of brake, I suppose, specialist company, they would actually have to reverse the caliper, meaning the piston configuration is the exact same, but the way the nipples are and the wire that kind of goes into them, they'd actually have to switch over. That's the way the guy explained it to me anyway. But that same caliper is then found on a 2009 Renault Megane RS, and you'd probably think, oh my god, I'll just get them ones, because in fact the TTRS 8J and RS3 8P caliper super expensive. The Aston Martin one's a little bit cheaper. Then the Renault Megane one is like even cheaper. It's like 400 quid. If you spend 450 quid, you can get two really good condition calipers. But again, the issue is, even though technically those calipers are so similar, they are fractions of, you know, measurements off. So that Renault Megane RS caliper, exact same Brembo caliper technically speaking, but it will just not fit an MQB platform car. It is a different caliper from the one that you find on the TTS RS 8J and the RS3 8P and also the Aston Martin DB9. So like I said, it's such a complicated thing, but you know, nonetheless, I'm learning, and this was a mistake that I made, but I'm just going to learn from this mistake, bounce back stronger, and I suppose going forward, kind of coming on to that, going forward, what I'm going to do is, I'm not going to install the disc, I'm not going to install the caliper, of course I can't, I'm not going to do the fluid, and I'm not going to do the lines. So I'll keep the discs, and I will fit them eventually when I get the right calipers that I want. So either the Aston Martin DB9 calipers or the TTRS 8J or RS3 8P calipers. The lines I'll have to return. Vagbrem Technic have said that's cool because, like, you know, they're pretty much boxed up, brand new still. And once I get the right calipers, they'll give me custom lines to fit those calipers. The pads. Obviously, I can't fit these pads because these are only meant for this caliper. But once I sell these calipers and pads and the whole complete caliper setup, I'll buy aftermarket pads, probably the DS250s. And the fluid I'll keep as well, because I'll be able to use that with the calipers, the discs, and the new custom lines that I'll get. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do going forward. Put the brake kit on hold, because it's not like I'm going stage 2 anytime soon. But I am going to start getting parts of the stage 2 plus kind of journey, really. So intercooler, and all those things, and all those other components I need, really. And there's a couple of other things I want to do to the car as well, like the exhaust system. I really want to get a custom valve exhaust system to get massive 4-inch tailpipes, and I also want to get new wheels on my car and coilovers. Again, there's so much that I want to do to my car, but Thing is, with the way my life's set up right now, I just need to be patient and do things slowly and do things at my own pace. So yeah, that's, I suppose, a little bit as to why my brake setup and big brake kit has failed, really. Just because and to be fair, do you know what? I'm not going to be too harsh on myself. It's all about trial and error, making these mistakes early on. I'm hoping that you guys now won't make these mistakes and you'll do thorough, proper research into whenever you're planning on upgrading your car. And just remember, when things look and technically are very similar, they may actually not be. So that's why it's really important to look into things properly. So yeah, a bit shitty. These things happen, really. This isn't my forte. By no means am I a car expert, but I'm trying to learn as much as possible. Like, in much as I love relying on people like our brother and his technical knowledge, it's always best to have that information and knowledge yourself. Just it's always good to just not be able to rely on anyone, really. Not from an egotistical point of view, but more so it's just good to have the knowledge and do things yourself, really. And for me, it feels like a bit of an accomplishment and achievement, and I absolutely love acquiring more knowledge and information to do with these things. At the beginning of this journey, I knew nothing about cars, not just about my car, but cars in general. Now I feel like I've acquired a little bit of information. At the beginning, I didn't even know how to change the pressure in my tyres, and learning how to do that was a massive accomplishment for me. A small, super small accomplishment to many, but for me it was massive. So I will be listing these calipers now after this video. I will be listing these calipers as B9, A4, or B8, or B8.5, or A5 brake calipers, just because they're a great upgrade. If you've got an A4 B9 and you've only got single piston calipers, these will be a direct bolt-on. Not a problem at all. Even if you're running smaller discs, they'll be a direct bolt-on. So yeah, I'll put their parts numbers when I sell them, when I list them and everything, so you can see if they're compatible with your car officially. But yeah, they are meant for an Audi A4 B9, B8.5, and the Audi A5 B9 as well. So yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video. I really hope you did. It was just me yapping on and kind of explaining and updating you all on the big brake kit for my Audi S3 8V. Please do stick around. Carry on showing love and support. If you enjoy this video, give it a thumbs up, drop a comment below. It really helps support my channel grow, and that's what I want to do. This is what I want to do full time. Until next time, take it easy, look after yourselves, and if you ever need to ask me anything in relation to my S3 or anything like that, drop me a message and I'm happy to reply, as I always do to everyone who messages me on Instagram. Take it easy, love always, and yeah, peace.